All right, guys. Apologies. It has been a while since I've done this. Um, I might be a little bit rusty. I have been sick many times this year. And yeah, I will be rusty. So basically, I just wanted to talk and go over because I'm looking at the calendar now. It's been a year and 4 months since my last recording, which is a hell of a long time. So I really just want to um, kind of just go over what's been happening. Macro wise, I don't think I really mentioned it in the last video, but AI has gone gangbusters. It's insane how good it's getting. Um, I We'll see what happens with it. I think people think it's a bubble and it's about to burst. Other people think it's going to grow exponentially. I think it's both. I think it's a bubble, but it's going to continue to grow. Um, just because it's so helpful. You can do a lot of things with it. Obviously, it has issues and things like that, but yeah. Okay, enough random squabble. I want to go over the trade I made this year. So this year, I got a job, so I've been able to have a steady income, which has been really good, and able to really just save up some money and actually invest some money, which I'm really happy about. And hopefully, I can get if all things go well, I should be able to get a property early next year. So things are, I'll be honest, this year's been a grind just because I've been working on a few things, been getting sick, but trying to stay disciplined at the same time. Like this year's been, honestly, since I've graduated school, it started out chill, and then just over time, each year has just gotten more and more difficult, but also more enjoyable, but also more, I need to be more disciplined to stay on top of everything. And I think that's just, honestly, I think that's just going to continue as I get older. Each year, I'm just going to have to get more disciplined, so I can keep working on things I enjoy. Because the end goal of making all this money is, well, first of all, investing's fun. It's a hobby. You get to look at different companies and play game theory with what you think's going to do well, who you think's going to win, when do you think you should be a part of that when you invest in a company, and all of those things. So investing is fun, but the end goal is to have enough money where I can dive into a hobby or something I enjoy as much as I want and be financially viable. So it's kind of the end goal when it comes to financial freedom. Have enough money so I can do whatever I want, and I'm very, very thirsty to have that. Um, I want to be financially independent as soon as I can, so I can start doing things I really like. I think it'll happen sooner or later. It's because I'm that determined. Excuse my cough. Okay, so the trade I made this year, obviously I've been getting more money, so I have made a trade. I made two trades. So I'll go over the first one I made. I'm going to go to a different chart just because it's a bit easier to look at. So yeah, I was basically looking for stocks, probably honestly from about January when I got the job up until about, I want to say, June. I was comfortably just saving up my money, and then in July I thought, okay, it's probably time to start looking for stocks. So around this time period, I was kind of on and off looking at stocks. I revisited the investing channel, Dumb Money, and their Discord channel. Like, it's so beneficial for all the trade ideas that come through on there. So that was where I actually found this trade. I was listening to one of the podcasts and there was talk of rare earth minerals, and then I did a bit more investigating, and then I realized Australia was pretty, like, China's a pretty big monopoly, but Australia is one of the only other countries that produce and mine rare earth minerals, in particular Linus. And rare earth minerals were hot at the moment, so I honestly, it was luck I found this stock. I heard people talking about it. I searched it up, I found it. I looked at the chart, I did a little bit of back research on what happened here. Turns out China stopped exporting rare earth minerals to Japan, and then obviously Australia started selling it instead, and the price soared basically because, well, I think a Japan boat or a Chinese boat rammed into the other one, not too sure, some kind of boat action in that sea between Japan and China. So that happened. And that caused up. Now when you think about it, a boat ramming into another boat, it's not great, but it's not that bad. That simple act, and China stopping the exports or heavily hitting the tariffs, I forget what happened, that caused it to go to 20, what was that, 20, some crazy amount, $25 for a share. Eventually it slowed down. I mean, it's all pretty volatile. A lot of these Australian mineral companies are pretty volatile. Slowed down for a long time, and then eventually picked back up in 2021. Not too sure what caused it there. And then, as you can already see, it kind of remained pretty steady along here. And I think that's because of the trend in rare earth minerals. Like, a lot of people were talking about it, their importance, especially with emerging technologies. They're pretty, you need them for a lot of new tech that's coming out. And then you had Trump kind of talking about rare earth minerals. He really wanted them. I think that might have been a bit of what caused it here. But yeah, rare earth minerals are very popular in news talk, basically. And then you got to remember, China's a monopoly, right? So if any beef happens with China, all the other rare earth mineral companies are going to go ballistic just because they're the only other option. So then I kind of stumbled upon the stock pretty late. I found it like here, late June I found it. And I think I bought it for $11 a share. So I bought it, I saw the history here. I saw this was still up a fair bit and never really dropped like it did back here. So pretty bullish behavior. It was near a breakout. If it was to crack the breakout, my selling point was, I aimed for about 20, and it did break out. I watched it in about 2 days, probably about 10 days, it kind of went ballistic. And then it stopped for about a month. September it didn't move at all. So I was kind of just waiting for it. I saw back here the exact same thing happened. So I was patient. Again, broke out here, went all the way up to, it went up further than 9, so it went up to about $21 a share. And that was when I sold it. I was pretty stoked, right? Because this was my first trade where I really profited or made some really good gains. So it got to 19, a little bit before the $20 I aimed for, but I mean, man, that was more than enough. I made about 75% of what I had put in, so I was really happy. And dude, I got out at a good time. It's $15 right now. So again, it's really volatile around this area. It could even be a nice time to get back in. And I'm almost kind of confused on why it dropped, because as soon as I got out and near the peak, that was when they made or the US and Australia made a deal about rare earth minerals. So really confused on why it dipped almost, what, 20, no, maybe 15%. So I was pretty surprised about that. But luckily I got in at the right time and got what I needed to do. So that was the first positive trade I made in a while. So all in all, pretty good trade. I genuinely think it was a mix of luck and good timing. It was near a breakout. Rare earth minerals were hot. And I knew from a long-term mentality, they are going to be necessary. So even if I miss out now, I mean, if this keeps dipping, I might have to get back in, because I feel like the information gap on how important rare earth minerals are isn't known as much as it should be. And all it takes is another defect from China. So that's kind of what you're betting on with rare earth minerals. We all know we need it for the future, but is it going to be from us or China? So that was one trade I made. I don't want to make this too long, so I'll do this other one. Okay, so far I'm still in this trade. I exited this Linus one, but Lululemon I'm still in. Honestly, I kind of got destroyed in Lululemon. I think I bought... No, I didn't buy up here. I bought about somewhere around here. Right after I bought Linus, I bought in about here. And so far it's dropped a fair bit. The idea of Lululemon, there was some Google data that showed it was still really popular, and that this downtrend was unfair. So I reinvested up here. Now I'm still hoping, I'm going to hold on until the end of the year to see if December pushes this stock back up, because it is coming off that support back in 2020, the COVID crash. So if it uses that support and has a similar bounce back, I think, and if you look at all the data for Lululemon, it's still, people are still buying it. The problem is it's just growing at a slower rate than people thought it was. So it's still very heavily positive. And the fact it's back at where it was in 2020 is very unfair. I mean, not unfair in the sense that it's an opportunity is what it is. It's should be further up. So that's what I'm still in. If by December it doesn't go up, I'm honestly just going to cut my time with it, and look for something else, because I don't want to... The whole idea is also, this is a seasonal play. So honestly, on paper, I've lost a couple grand, but hopefully we turn that around. I'm going to look at some random stocks I've also been looking at. Funko Pops, that's what I was looking at, hasn't moved at all. Yeti stock hasn't moved at all. CMP stock hasn't moved at all. Pop Mart, what was it? It's probably down a bit, is it? Yeah. Google Trends honestly match that. This is an electric energy company. Could honestly be a good opportunity. But we will see. Honestly, guys, that's kind of it for today. It's been a while, so catch ya.